Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another EmoNews package for September 19th, 2025. I am your presenter, Anna Benjamin.
And I'm Rick Francis.
In the headlines this evening, Lifeline Ministries host Survivor Support and Peace Together graduation ceremony.
Solution Tech Startup, Ali, eyes Dominican market.
Statistical Office begins fresh population count after incomplete 2022 census.
Trinidad and Tobago shines in Tokyo. Walcott wins gold. Richards takes silver at World Athletics Championships.
Cayman Islands to upgrade subsea cable infrastructure for enhanced connectivity.
ABC suspends Jimmy Kimmel Live amid Trump's criticism.
These and other stories coming up.
Dominica, get ready! The Flavors of the World Festival is on Sunday, September 20th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Stadium Forecourt. Get ready for a day of music, international local cuisine, and culture. Let your taste buds travel to China, Venezuela, India, Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, Nigeria, Dominica, all in one afternoon while you are entertained with electrifying performances from Dominica's best entertainers with inflictions of music from international cultures. Tickets now at Bullseye Pharmacy, Deepex Scholar Lab, Next Connects, or online at ticketpass.com. VIP $250, children $5 to $12, $20, students $50, and adults $100. Come for the food and stay for the vibes. It's the Flavors of the World Festival, September 20th from 2 to 9 p.m. Stadium Forecourt. You got to be there. It's an experience.
That give you full respect to our culture heritage.
First up in local news, Lifeline Ministries, under its Stand With Survivors initiative, hosted the Survivor Support and Peace Together graduation ceremony on Thursday at the Public Service Union building. The organization received a $27,000 grant from the Maria Holder Memorial Trust. The fund supported the training of survivor supporters and sustained the helpline for 3 months, ensuring survivors received guidances as they navigated the system. As part of the ceremony, 6 women celebrated their personal journeys of healing, making peace with their past, finding joy in the present, and embracing hope for the future. This milestone followed a 12-week course held from March to August, facilitated by Delia Coffee Wicks and Renata Langley Freeman. Participants were each awarded certificates in recognition of their commitment. Delivering an address, Dr. Kira Paul Lum, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, commended the work of Lifeline Ministries and reinforced the organization's goals of supporting survivors and strengthening community resilience.
Survivors of violence often encounter fear, shame, and complex barriers when they are trying to seek help. With you as survivor supporters, they will have advocates who will not only understand their struggles, but who can guide them through reporting processes. They can connect them to services, and most importantly, affirm that they are not alone in this process. As the ministry responsible for seniors, children at risk, gender affairs, persons living with disabilities, we know that gender-based violence is not an isolated problem, it's very interwoven. It tears at the very fabric of families, it destabilizes communities, it undermines our nation's vision for equity and justice. It is very cross-cutting. I want to take this moment to thank Lifeline Ministries, the DPPA, DNCW, and also just to reaffirm that the work that you're doing is very essential. Some of you have been here for a very long time. I see some of the women who have been here more than 30 years being advocates. I see we have a few young persons who are now joining, but I think it's a space that a lot more young people need to get into. And it's something that we need the older ones to guide us through, but it's something that really is a space so young people can understand the contributions that they can make on the social front. Where gender-based violence is concerned, it is something that that impacts every one of us, and so it is something that we need to get young people and bring them into.
One participant of the Piece Together program delivered a heartfelt testimony, sharing the impact of the journey.
I am being pieced together because I've done this session. What a coincidence. I just heard my mother discussing it, and for some reason, this session, it stood out to me. Everybody that knows me knows my grief I've been going through for the past 8 years. I took this brave step to attend the orientation with Dr. Edison, and behold, I was welcomed with open hands. From this day forward, I look forward to every session, no matter the day, no matter the time. Although I am not where I want to be, I am not where I used to be. Support was another aspect, especially being a young mother of two, a 5-year-old and a 10-month-old baby. Let me tell you, they would embrace my baby, carry her, even when their hands were feeling like it was broken. As you may know, being from Silver Lake is so much of a crime for some. I can say proudly and boldly, this group welcomed my mother and I with open hands. Never see the light. Grown folks is now my favorite type of people to be around. During this program, we came across so many topics: peace, self-control, thankfulness, patience, love, courage, choice. I'll stop there, because if I were to continue, I would flow a river. But if you were to ask me which topic stood out to me the most, I would tell you patience. You would ask me why, right? Well, it stood out to me more because patience is something I've been struggling with all my life. And one of the quotes that stood out to me the most on the patience was, "He that can have patience can have what we will." Meaning, if you have patience and you sit, or better yet, work hard for what you want without giving up, trust and believe it will find you.
Lifeline Ministries has now partnered with Dominica Planned Parenthood to set up a food pantry to assist persons across Dominica. They are asking anyone who wants to donate to this pantry to contact the organizations. In addition, they encourage persons to contact hotline if they are experiencing gender-based violence. The hotline number is 767-317-3030. And EmoNews congratulates all the participants. In other news, the Statistical Office of Dominica has officially launched a new population count engaging nearly 200 enumerators across the island. This fresh exercise comes in the wake of the incomplete 2022 census, which, according to Chief Statistician Lorna Prevost-Stevens, could not be finalized due to a number of challenges. The population count, also referred to as a household listing, is a vital step toward gathering accurate and up-to-date demographic data. Officials emphasize that the information collected will provide a clearer picture of Dominica's population and serve as a key resource for national planning and development initiatives.
I am Lorna Prevost-Stevens, Acting Chief Statistician at the Central Statistics Office. I am here to bring some information the household listing exercise, or what is most commonly referred to as a population count. This is really the total count of everybody within all households in Dominica. This is it forms part of our post-census activities. It is just a count and not a census, as is being confused or being brought across in the public. This it entails a very simple survey, a very, very simple questionnaire with very basic questions, such as the name of the individuals within those households, their ages, the head of the household, and their sex, whether male or female. And there is one or two simple questions as it pertains to agriculture. The reason for this survey is really to have an overall baseline data, baseline information for other surveys, and also in order to have a complete count, because as we all know, the census wasn't completed, and it is very important that we have this information. This information will allow us to have other surveys done, other household surveys, such as the labor force survey, because most persons want to know about the employment and unemployment status in Dominica. And we have other household surveys for which we would use this data. For example, the survey of living conditions, household budget survey, among other household surveys. And we all know everybody wants to know what's the population of the country. It is a very important piece of data that is used for other statistics. It is used for policy decisions. It is used for research by students, by researchers. It is used by investors, and a lot more.
In more news, St. Lucian tech startup Ale, co-founded by two young women entrepreneurs, is seeking to expand into the Dominican market with its innovative transportation solution. The company was born out of a shared vision to create more accessible and convenient transportation options for both locals and visitors. The founders, who are avid travelers and business process improvement professionals, combine their expertise to address long-standing challenges related to the movement of people across St. Lucia. Determined to prevent similar challenges in the Caribbean, the duo developed a tech-based platform designed to reduce parking congestion, improve door-to-door service, and create income-generating opportunities for drivers. With St. Lucia as its launchpad, Ale is now looking to introduce its service to Dominica, offering a modern solution to transportation needs while supporting economic opportunities.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Safia Paul. I am the co-founder and CFO of Ale. Ale is a ride-sharing service that has been in establishment in St. Lucia for over 4 years, and we have now moved to Dominica to provide the service to the people of Dominica. What is Ale? Ale is a ride-sharing service that uses technology and culture to connect drivers to riders. So how do you participate? You simply go to your app store, you download the applications, Ale if you're a passenger, and Ale driver if you want to sign up and earn extra income with us. We hope to see you on Ale. Follow us at weale.com, that's WIALLEZ, or go to our website, weale.com. Anu Ale.
As part of Health and Wellness Month, the Portsmouth Health District held a community outreach on Bay Street. Community members were able to get their glucose and hypertension checks, haircuts, hairstyles, pedicures, manicures, and medical consultations. One participant, Judith Lewis, said that she welcomes the initiative. D&K's Domino team of Riviera Cyrique celebrates their 5th anniversary with a week of activities. D&K Domino team was established in September 2020. The team consists of 10 players and 10 supporters. Their aim is to improve sportsmanship, community togetherness, and to improve the lives of the less fortunate of Riviera Cyrique and the Southeast by extension. Let's hear from the representative of D&K Domino team.
Come September 21st, we'll be celebrating our 5th anniversary, and we are highlighting our 5th anniversary. We start on Sunday the 21st with a church service, followed by a domino match with Woodford Hill, and then we continue with a talk on Monday by the nurse on health. The topic will be obesity as it relates to diabetes. On Tuesday, we will be handing a food hamper to a seeking community. On Wednesday, we will have our normal domino games. We play with a Lapland team every Wednesday. On Thursday, we will have a panel discussion I love Domino's, and then we'll have the social, the educational, and the one other topic. So the panelists will be Miss Aini Stevenson, Miss Daniel Coffey, and Father Franco. On Friday, we will be having a cookout night and a karaoke night. On Saturday, we go to the infirmary where we'll be delivering a food hamper again, and then we have a night out. So all in all, this will be a week of activities. Oh, I forget, on Sunday, we will be having pay bush in a sports day in Domino. We will be having Granby Rounders team, and then we want to have softball cricket. All in all, we'll be having a week of activities. We're asking the public to support us in one way or the other as we try to bring unity in the communities by playing dominoes.
And finally, on the local scene, the Discover Dominica Authority, DDA, held the first of its press conferences on Thursday, ahead of the 25th edition of the World Creole Music Festival. Many were tuned in, eager to hear the information presented. Presentations were made by DDA personnel, sponsors, and artists. Tahira Musgrave Robinson, manager of Tropical Shipping Dominica, said that the company's partnership with the World Creole Music Festival is in line with their commitment to island life. Tropical Shipping has supported the festival's growth into a major cultural event that unites people, promotes Creole heritage, and boosts Dominica's economy. This year, Tropical Shipping is a gold partner of the World Creole Music Festival and the official cargo transportation partner.
Year after year, the festival has attracted thousands of visitors, connected business opportunities for local vendors, and showcased Dominica's rich cultural heritage to the world. These benefits extend far beyond our stage. They ripple through the economy, tourism, and the lives of everyday people. We at Tropical Shipping are proud to play a part in making this possible year after year. That is why, in this Jubilee year, we are especially proud to continue as the gold sponsor and official cargo transportation carrier of the World Creole Music Festival. We stand by the side of Discover Dominica Authority and the organizers and the people of the island committed to ensuring this event's continued success. As we mark the 25th year of the festival, Tropical renews its commitment to Dominica and the Caribbean.
Meanwhile, Festivals and Events Manager Ayodele Andrew said that the festival began in 1997 with the goal of highlighting Dominican music on an international stage and has surpassed that goal 5 years later.
In 1997, our festival was born from a simple yet ambitious vision to create a world-class platform for indigenous Dominican music and elevate our beloved nation island as a premier tourism destination. The festival then developed into an iconic celebration of global Creole culture. As we reflect on a quarter century of incredible growth, and we can now confidently say we have far exceeded that initial vision. I think we can give ourselves a round of applause for that. The World Creole Music Festival has grown from a local initiative into one of the most prestigious and anticipated events on the global music calendar.
Andrew also said that this year's Silver Jubilee celebration creates a unique blend of musicians, both old and new, who have shaped Dominica's Creole music scene.
As we celebrate the Silver Jubilee anniversary, we remain committed to our founding principles. The World Creole Music Festival is more than just a musical event. It is an economic powerhouse, a cultural flagship, and a force of regional unity. The 25th Jubilee lineup blends the trailblazers who have shaped Creole music with the new generation of stars who carry the torch forward.
And Nadira Sentile, representative of VIP providers Next Connects and Radiance Productions, gave a much anticipated sneak peek as to what VIP patrons can expect. The VIP section will be centered around the theme 25 Wonders of Dominica and is set to be a cultural and culinary experience.
We're bringing back the amphitheater. If for those that don't know, we create basically like a theater on the grounds that you can sit, you can get popcorn, you can enjoy the show from a big screen TV. You can feel like you're in a theater. For those that don't like to stand all night or like to take breaks in between, we got you. Don't you worry. We have rum bars. I know Dominica's all about the rum bar experience, driving around, stopping, taking shots of ginger, puer, everything that we like. We're bringing that to the festival again. We will have lots of rum bars where you can stop and get your shots just as you would anywhere else. We have the marketplace. That's something new that we're bringing in, so I'm not going to give too many details. But we are bringing in a marketplace, and we're bringing in vendors from all around Dominica so that they can come in and show you guys what their talents are, what they are made of. If you're coming just for the 3-day festival and you don't have time to go out and shop and buy your trinkets and get an experience of Dominica, don't you worry, we got you right on festival grounds. So bring your cash. You're going to need cash if you're going to want to buy some stuff. We're bringing back the cigar pairing bar. We bring cigars. You can stop. You can get a cigar. You can get your whiskey, pair it with a whiskey. We're bringing that back. People love it. So if you haven't experienced it, make sure you walk around and you look out for that.
VIP patrons can look forward to having breakfast on the grounds, makeup touch-ups, cigar bars, and those patrons in the Ultra experience will have a personal concierge to meet all their needs. The World Creole Music Festival will be held in October. And regionally, in a major legal win for Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Browne, the Eastern Caribbean Court of Appeal has dismissed a defamation case brought against him by Ver Bird III. The court on September 17th upheld the 2023 ruling by Justice Nicola Bayer, which found that the Prime Minister's comments alleging Bird had improperly benefited from a cabinet decision to acquire Crown lands were true, justified, and constituted fair comment. Bird had appealed the High Court's decision on 16 separate grounds, claiming the statements were defamatory and that he never actually received the lands. But the appeals court rejected every argument, affirming the earlier judgment in full. Both the High Court and the Court of Appeal awarded the legal costs to Prime Minister Browne, with the amounts now under assessment. And in the Cayman Islands, the Ministry of Planning, Lands, Agriculture, Housing and Infrastructure is moving forward with a major project to modernize the Cayman Islands' subsea cable systems. This upgrade is vital to ensure reliable, secure connectivity for residents, businesses, and institutions, and to keep the islands globally competitive in an increasingly digital world. Subsea cables carry over 95% of global internet traffic, and the Cayman Islands' current systems are outdated. The modernization will support key sectors such as education, healthcare, and tourism, while also strengthening the country's resilience during natural disasters. Minister Johanny J. Ebanks highlighted the importance of the project, stating that modern connectivity is essential for crisis management, economic growth, and access to opportunities. The ministry is working with international and local partners to complete the upgrade, ensuring the islands remain connected, competitive, and secure. And in some troubling news from Haiti, Haiti is spiraling deeper into crisis with gangs controlling roads and key infrastructure, and no effective national security plan in place. Ambassador Sir Ronald Sanders warns there is no real security, and political paralysis is making things worse. He calls for one unified strategy backed by real funding and political discipline from both Haitian leaders and the international community. This is not charity, it's responsibility, says the ambassador. Without urgent, coordinated action, Haiti faces further collapse, and the consequences will ripple across the region.
And now for international news. From Washington, D.C., the U.S. Coast Guard has seized over 75,000 pounds of cocaine in the Eastern Pacific since early August during Operation Pacific Viper, averaging 1,800 pounds per day. The effort, involving more than 20 interdictions and the arrest of 59 suspects, targets drug trafficking routes from South America. The Coast Guard, alongside U.S. and international partners, have ramped up its deployment of cutters, aircraft, and tactical teams. Rear Admiral Jeffrey Novak called the milestone a sign of the Coast Guard's commitment to disrupting cartels and narco-terrorist networks and securing U.S. borders. In other news, the CDC's top vaccine advisory panel has voted to recommend separate vaccines for children to protect against measles, mumps, rubella, and chickenpox, moving away from the combined MMRV shot. The change comes as new panel members appointed by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. draw criticism for their limited vaccine expertise. Major medical groups, including the American Academy of Pediatrics, skipped the meeting in protest. While the combined shot carries a slightly higher risk of febrile seizures, experts warned that separating the doses could reduce vaccination rates. The recommendation does not change which vaccines are offered free to low-income families, causing confusion among some panel members. The final decision now rests with the CDC director. And from Los Angeles, September 18, ABC has pulled Jimmy Kimmel Live following backlash from conservatives over a monologue in which Kimmel mocked Trump's response to the assassination of right-wing activist Charlie Kirk. Trump praised the suspension, calling for broadcasters critical of him to lose their licenses. Kimmel's comments, made during his Monday monologue, drew sharp criticism from Trump and his supporters, sparking protests outside the show's Hollywood studio. Critics, including former President Obama, condemned the suspension as an attack on free speech. Critics, including former President Obama, condemned the suspension as an attack on free speech, with some calling it a capitulation to government pressure. This controversy adds fuel to the ongoing debate over free expression and media regulation. And finally, in international news, US President Donald Trump has suggested that Russian President Vladimir Putin would end the war in Ukraine if oil prices were to decrease. Speaking at a press conference in Chequers on September 18, 2025, Trump emphasized that European countries, along with India and China, should stop purchasing Russian oil to help bring about this change. And that's all for international news this evening. Stay tuned for the sports segment after this short message.
From 5 numbers to financial freedom, who will be the first Match 5 winner? Match 5, Dominica wins.
And after 32 years of dedicated service, the Newtown Juvenile Football Academy, NJFA, has finally been officially recognized by the Dominica Football Association, DFA, for its contribution to football development and grassroots participation. The NJFA was honored alongside 6 other football academies. The certificate of recognition was presented to the academy by DFA President Glenn Etienne. Receiving on behalf of the NJFA were 2 of its original coaches from inception, Mr. Jerry Coppell and Mr. Don Leogal. In addition to the certificate, the Academy will be provided with a package of training equipment, including tops, balls, and other resources to further support its grassroots football development. Special appreciation goes to the Academy's founder, Mr. Geoffrey Faustin, along with many volunteer coaches, past and present, who have been given their time and expertise. Gratitude is also extended to all who played a role in managing the Academy throughout the years, as well as to hundreds of students who have passed through the program and their supportive parents. And in some cricket news, Sri Lanka beat Afghanistan by 6 wickets on Thursday, September 18, to qualify for the Super Fours of the ongoing Asia Cup 2025. In the Group B match played at the stadium in Abu Dhabi, Sri Lanka rode on a half-century from Kushal Mendes, 74, to chase down the target to 170 runs in 18.4 overs. Sri Lanka won all 3 matches played in Group B to finish as table toppers. Afghanistan finished 3rd in the points table, and as a result, they are out of the tournament now. And news from Tokyo, Trinidad and Tobago celebrated a banner night at the World Athletics Championships as Keyshawn Walcott captured his first world title in the men's javelin, and Jeremy Richards stormed to a national record for silver in the 400 meters at the Japan National Stadium. Walcott, the 2012 Olympic champion, who made history then as the youngest winner of an Olympic men's javelin title, returned to the summit of the event at the age 32, placing him among the rare 30-something athletes to claim the world crown. He seized control in round 2 with 87.83 meters and tightened his grip in round 4 with a season best 88.16 meters that proved untouchable. Grenada's 2-time world champion Anderson Peters finished 2nd, while the United States' Curtis Thompson surprised for bronze with 86.67 meters. Walcott arrived in Tokyo without an international victory this season, and after placing 7th at last year's Paris Olympics. But a reset to his program late last year, bringing in German coach Klaus Bratennes, formerly mentor to Olympic champion Neeraj Chopra, is a change he suggested could be decisive. The medals also kept coming for Trinidad and Tobago on a rain-slicked track in Tokyo today. Running from lane 2, Jeremy Richards delivered a composed, ferocious one-lap effort to take 400 meters silver in 43.72 seconds, lowering the national record he set at the 2024 Paris game, 43.78 seconds, when he narrowly missed the podium in 4th. There was no such heartbreak this time, as the 31-year-old sealed the country's 2nd medal on the session. Botswana's Busong Colin Kebinashipi, who led the worlds this season after a 43.61 second semi-final, affirmed that form with a personal best and a new world leading 43.53 seconds for gold. His compatriot Bayopo Nodori claimed bronze in 44.20 seconds, and Jamaica's Roisin McDonald placed 4th in 44.28 seconds. 2 events, 2 medals, and a statement night for Trinidad and Tobago on the global stage. Also from Tokyo, Jamaica's Brian Level has secured his first global medal, claiming bronze in the men's 200 meters at the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo. Level set a personal best time of 19.64 seconds, edging out Olympic champion Lesser Tobago to earn the podium spot. This marks Jamaica's first medal in the event since Usain Bolt. American sprinters Noah Lyles and Kenneth Benderick took gold and silver with times of 19.52 and 19.48 seconds, respectively. And that's a wrap for sports this evening. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service.
Welcome to the weather broadcast for today, Friday, the 19th of September, 2025. From our studios in Jamaica, I'm your presenter, Marshall Alexander. As we take a look at the survey shot analysis here with Dominican Green Circle, we are looking at Tropical Storm Gabrielle, about 620 miles to the northeast of Dominica here in the Green Circle, and a tropical wave in the Central Atlantic, expected to approach the area sometime next week, Wednesday, with another tropical wave in the far eastern Atlantic, some 2,800 miles to the east of the Les Antilles, which is being monitored by the National Hurricane Center. Again, here we have Tropical Storm Gabrielle, and also this tropical wave out in the far eastern Atlantic with a low chance of development, which is projected to follow a similar path like Gabrielle, moving towards the north of the Northern Leeward Islands. Now, here we have the projection for Tropical Storm Gabrielle, which is expected to move in a generally northwesterly direction, moving away from the islands of Les Antilles, with Dominica here in the green circle, and also projected to become a hurricane by around Sunday. Now, taking a look at satellite imagery, we can see the movement of Tropical Storm Gabrielle here as it continues to move away from the area. However, we are concerned about this area of moisture or convection, which is expected to approach the area of the Les Antilles. As you can see here, a relatively dry atmosphere can be observed in the region of the Les Antilles at this time. However, as this system continues to move in this direction, we expect to see this area of cloudiness being followed and approaching the Les Antilles, expected to result in an increasing cloudiness with scattered showers and possible isolated thunderstorms by around Sunday. So we are advising people in areas prone to flooding, landslides and falling rocks to be on alert and to exercise caution during Sunday. And we can see the convection associated with that tropical wave expected in the region by next week Wednesday, and this area of convection associated with that tropical wave being monitored by the National Hurricane Center. Taking a closer look, here we can see some thunderstorm cells and thunderstorm activity associated with Gabrielle as it continues to move away from the area of the Les Antilles, Dominica here in the green circle. And again, we can see that area of convection or cloudiness, which we are concerned about, expected to approach the area of the Les Antilles by Sunday. Now, taking a look at the moisture, here we can see the moisture associated with Gabrielle as it continues to move away from the islands of Les Antilles, Dominica here in the green circle. A relatively dry atmosphere approaching Dominica here, and this is the area of concern, the area that we are concerned about here as it continues to move closer to the area of Dominica here by Sunday. This is the moisture associated with that tropical wave in the Central Atlantic and moisture associated with that tropical wave near the coast of Africa with a low chance of development during the next 7 days. Again, looking at satellite imagery, here we can see the cloudiness, which includes some thunderstorm cells in the region of Gabrielle here as it continues to move in a northwesterly direction. And this is the area again that we are concerned about, expected to approach the Les Antilles around Sunday. So again, people in areas prone to flooding, landslides and falling rocks be on alert and exercise caution as this area of cloudiness continues to approach the region of the Les Antilles. Here we can see the cloudiness associated with a tropical wave some 1,800 miles to the east of Les Antilles, and the second tropical wave out near the coast of Africa with a low chance of development during the next 7 days. Closer to home, Dominica did experience an increasing cloudiness with some multi-layered clouds moving across the islands, which includes some high clouds as well, and this resulted in partly cloudy skies across Dominica. Now, taking a look at earlier radar imagery, what it indicated, some light to moderate scattered showers, which was seen off to the east of Dominica during today. And you can see here, some light to moderate showers can be observed off the east coast, approaching the Les Antilles or the islands of the Les Antilles. Now, tonight's weather is expected to be partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy with a few showers and a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms. Temperatures are expected to be down to 24 degrees Celsius on the coast and 23 degrees Celsius in the interior. And tomorrow, fair to occasionally cloudy skies with a few scattered showers and a slight chance for afternoon thunderstorms. On Sunday, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms due to the approach of that band of cloudiness associated with Tropical Storm Gabrielle. Again, on Sunday, people in areas prone to flooding, landslides and falling rocks be on alert and exercise caution. By Monday, a relatively dry atmosphere, fair to occasionally cloudy skies with scattered showers and also a chance for isolated thunderstorms. Some high temperatures expected throughout the 3-day periods. We're advising residents to remain cool and hydrated. Now, with these high temperatures and light winds, we can expect to see some blow-ups of cloudiness, showers and possible thunderstorms, mainly during the afternoon. Again, we should look out for those blow-ups of showers and thunderstorms due to light winds and high temperatures during the afternoons. Sea conditions expected to be up to 7 feet during the next 3 days. So we're advising smokercraft operators and sea bathers to be on alert and to exercise caution due to some increase or slight increase in wave heights. High tide tomorrow will be at 3:21 a.m. and 3:45 p.m. and low tide will be at 9:42 a.m. and 9:40 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:54 a.m. and sunset will be at 6:03 p.m. Again, stay informed, stay safe. Scan our QR code here to follow us on our WhatsApp channel. Search Dominica Met to follow us on Facebook and Instagram as well. And visit our website at www.weather.gov.dm for up-to-date weather information. Again, have a good weekend. Stay safe. We are in the hurricane season. Stay informed. See you next time.
This has been EmoNews Package for September 19th, 2025. I am your presenter, Soana Benjamin.
And I'm Rick Francis. Thank you for viewing.